Hi everybody. Happy Sunday.
Oh,
It looked good to me. It looked like we got it right on the same at the same time.
okay. You know, I never know till I listen to the audio. Well, even the audio after I clean it up, I don't know. But still, hi everyone.
Hi guys. Good to see hi everyone in the chat with the fans. I love seeing the fans in the
Where
chat.
them fans at?
Oh my god, how awkward was it when they made Andy dance with the fans at the end of that reunion? Oh,
Oh
god.
Jesus! And
Oh
the twerk
god.
right after.
Oh god.
A lot.
Yeah. I'm like, don't make him dance, please. Don't make him
No.
dance.
That's misery for all of us.
we don't need. And you can tell he doesn't like it either. He just really is incapable of dancing like a somewhat normal person.
Right. Oh, it's bad.
It's bad. It's very, very bad. Okay, today we are starting. This is what you. Oh, let me see this.
We are not sponsored by Oikos, but I have it's salted caramel, and so I have a big old cold brew right here.
Okay,
Shout out to Scooters in Memphis.
Look at you do. This is like very influencer of you right now.
And wait, look, hold on, the nails. And I got my. Here we go. Pour a little in. After do it like in pieces because I never drink enough to get it all in. So here we go. And then I drink it down, then I put some more. Drink it down, put some more. Then finally I get all 30 grams, baby. All 30 grams.
You know, that is the most pro tip ever. It's so true. It's like when you show something in the front, you have to like put your nails there. It's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Had I known, I would have cleaned my hands a lot better, but still,
I become a little hand model.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to pull this clip. Our first topic today is, honestly, it's a follow-up, really, but it's just the news of the day.
Ooh.
Kenny and Jana.
Oh, God.
From Love Island. Now, do you remember a few weeks ago when we talked about Love Island, you specifically asked me if I thought Kenny and Jana were like a good couple or like a real couple? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. But I also have really horrible instincts about relationships.
What is going on with my mind lately? I don't know what is happening, but I feel like I'm like, that's so Raven predicting the future right now.
No, for real though. First Gilded Age, now this. Like the first thing I thought of when it all dropped, I was like, Kendrick just asked about this.
Oh no. Wait a minute. Do I? Okay,
you
we'll
have
talk
powers.
offline.
You have powers.
I need to use them for good, if you know what I mean. We'll talk.
We need to figure out how to like pull the energy in the right direction and not use it for the wrong reasons.
I know.
But yeah, okay. So if you've missed it, which I'd be shocked if you did because it was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There was some first it started off as like a rumor. Like there was some big fight at a party and they broke up. And I'm like, until they confirm it, I'm not even gonna play into this. But sure enough, that's what happened. They were at a party, and I guess she must have found some text messages when they were at the party, or maybe the person he was texting had it. But it exposed who Kenny really is. Ooh. And the rumors were flying on Reddit at first, but then it was confirmed by her, I guess her like best friend, Janae's said
Charmaine.
What was her name? Charmaine? Hold on.
Maybe Charmaine. I'd be lying sometimes.
Now you might actually be right. Hold on. I think you are. Yep. Charmaine. Yeah, you're right.
Here we go.
She posted to her stories because it was like it became a back and forth thing. And I'll get through what everyone said, but this is the part that like when I clocked in, I was like, okay. She said, my advice for women in relationships, if you have access, go through your man's phone today, search keywords like, I don't like Black women. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on this show would be for clout. I can't wait to be done with this so I can fuck hella bitches.
Oh,
that was such a savage way to out what was said. Like, because that was like, she's like, it's a PSA,
right?
For the rest of you,
right?
And then, here's what you should be searching. I'm just saying you should search for these things. I'm not saying I'm just saying you should look for those things. But
it's like, messy because like this literally only applies like if you're in the spotlight dating someone. It doesn't apply to us normal people out here just dating. So like you should look at all this in your phone. Yeah, I should get more money and all like this. It's like, oh well,
exactly. It only applies. It only applies in this very specific situation. But she's using it as a total PSA for women in general. Women in general, just letting you guys know.
Love it.
Oof. But so then Leah at one point, I think either Kenny posted a picture of him and Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
And Leah was like, "Get my man off your page, you clout chaser."
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Kenny deleted that. So she commented again. It was like, "You can delete my comments all you want, but get my man off your page already." The girls all came out. We had Serena, of course, and then we had Liv. Like the people came out in support of Janae. Janae,
Wait,
then,
can I just say, I literally, because I did an emergency episode talking about that. You picked up where like I left off because Charmaine hadn't put all that stuff out there at that point. So that was perfect. But when I put up my episode, right before I started recording, I wish I remember who it was, but somebody that like I think watches the live and someone that like listens to the episode and stuff, they were like, Kayla's the only one that hadn't said anything. I was like, oh, Kayla, goddamn. And so I mentioned that on the podcast. I'm like, Kayla's the only one. And right as I uploaded it, Kayla put out a little statement. I was like, ooh. I was like, my bad, girl. So Kayla, if you're listening to this, my bad.
My bad.
My bad, girl.
I mean, I would hope that all of them did, like almost out of obligation at this point, like because then it becomes a thing. Then it becomes a like, oh, interesting that she didn't. Interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, you had just asked how. Now I don't remember what your take was on their relationship. I was gonna pull the clip of it of what you said, but I've completely forgotten until you logged on. I was like, duh. So yeah, what was your take?
So no, I just thought it was weird in general that we still had 3 like power couples from that season. Because if you watch Love Island, like I don't care what franchise, I mean, you might get one good couple that goes for a while. But them people, like the men are ready to get out there and like show the wildest part of their ass. They ready to get out there and just like, I mean, raise hell. They ready to dump them. They might stay a little while and get some ad deals and that kind of stuff, but they're ready to be scoundrels.
Exactly what they do.
Exactly. They're ready to be scoundrels. We don't get 3 like PPG all being a couple and celebrating their 1-year anniversary 1 year later was wild to me. I'm like, that's actually crazy. And so I didn't want to like put out there that I felt like it was fake, but it was unheard of and it just felt weird to me. So I was like, in my mind, I was like, Serena and Cordell got to be the only one of these couples that's actually like for real, because like they always seem giddy and like, you know, we watched their journey, we watched them evolve and fall for each other. So it felt the most natural of them all. So to me, that was the one that I felt like was built to survive, but I don't know. I wasn't saying that like Leah and Miguel were fake, even though I was like, if I had to pick any of the 3, I thought it would be that one. But like they seemed a little, you know, but then like Monty and Kaya, they all remind me, they were like, no, he ain't going nowhere. Like that girl with that power and that money and so like his ass ain't going nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Plus, you know, with all the stuff going on right now, look, let me move on. I just felt like of all those couples, Serena and Cordell would have been, the most built to survive.
Yeah. There's been all these TikToks and stuff people are putting together of content that Janae and Kenny have done that were like red flags. And there was one where, you know, all those different couple challenges where like you're supposed to flip the other person or like do like a trick with the other person or whatever. And the amount of times that he would drop her. Oh. And then not help her up.
Oh. Domestic violence. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. No, like it was like, because there were, I want to say at least 7 examples in this one TikTok I saw. I was like, that's really, really good. Because I haven't really been following them that much. Like I haven't been paying a lot of attention to them.
Right. Because, you know, listen, the way it's supposed to go is we all get like entranced in a Love Island season. We love it. We fall in love with the people, all like that. But after like a couple of weeks, we forget these people exist. And I don't know what's going on now, but like people have become like attached to these people's lives to where like they're like Princess Diana now. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, no, we're supposed to not be able to remember their name in a couple of months to make room for the new cast. Like, that's the way it goes. That's what happens with Love Island. So this is already like weird, but you know, did you see the clip of, they showed an old clip from season 6 where they were playing a game and like Miguel's question, he had to like do something to answer a question. They were all like messy questions. And his question was, who do you think of everyone is here for clout? And he answered Kenny way back on the show. And it was like, oh, So what do y'all know that
Oh.
we didn't? Because
That's always a thing. That's always a thing. Like we
that's
don't see
always
it
a
all.
thing.
We don't see it all. And so it's like, that is, I completely forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, he was right. So
He was right. Oh, but if we talk about this for a second, do you know how scary that is to be with someone, like
yeah.
land with someone, like fall in love, meeting someone's family, like doing all of this stuff that you do in relationships, like even especially like if you're not a trusting person already, but you're
Mhm.
doing all of this stuff just to find out you've been laying with somebody that like potentially I don't know what the technique said, but in my mind potentially hates you, your people, what you look like, all of this stuff the entire time. Like, how do you, for someone to even be able to fake that is the scariest thing in the
Agreed.
world, because we can give people advice all the time, like, oh, look for red flags, or oh, do this and that. But if you're someone that's so committed to like trying to make money off of a relationship that you will literally stay in there and play the game for a year, and like your partner doesn't even recognize, that is scary. Like, everybody needs to be on high alert.
No, I
Everybody.
agree, because then you start replaying all the experiences you've had together, and you're like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That whole time you were, because that you're, like you said, that's a commitment, man. To fake it
Right.
for that long.
That's
And now
scary.
I'm not watching the Love Island spinoff, but I've been seeing,
Sure.
I know it's really hard to watch, but I'm seeing clips, and the whole storyline for Kenny and Janae is that he suddenly said he didn't want to live with her anymore. Like they were supposed to move in and then whatever. So I guess it would have been like visible to us maybe if we kept watching. Like maybe if I was watching the spinoff, I would have been like, oh, I don't think Kenny's into Janae. Maybe I would have thought that. I
Right.
didn't know. But that's the part that's scary, is that I believed he was into her. I thought that they had
Mhm.
a good thing, but to hear that he actually was like, I don't even really like black women. Oh,
Crazy. That's scary, man. Oof.
ugh, I
That's
feel so. But
scary.
Janae's such a queen. She's already gone on her Instagram stories and been like, I want to move on with my life. So like
Mhm.
basically like stop tagging me and everything and like messaging me about it and whatever, because like
Yes.
it's hard to move on. And then she followed it up with another story that was stop going after his family. I guess. And I thought I saw something online that he got jumped, that Kenny got jumped. And I don't know if that was real or
I
not.
saw
There's
that
no,
too. I don't know if it was real, but I was like, is
yeah,
the video? Because
yeah,
I'd love
that's
to
what
see
everyone said.
it. I'd love to see it. Like,
That's what everyone said. But yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, she's like, they've always been nice to me. They're apologizing for him to me.
oh yeah,
So
his family. Yeah.
his family, yeah. So like, I'm like, well, now I need to know even more. I'm like, what the hell?
And that let me
'Cause
say,
that
that's
surprises
big of
me.
her, right? That is big of her too, because to me, it feel like he had everybody fooled. Whoever this little, it's just like the group chat on the Valley, like it's that dark group chat where they just say all this like locker room gross stuff about women, but it's heightened because now we're bringing race and colorism and like all this kind of stuff into it too. It's like, first of all, what I need to know is there anybody on this show that you're close enough to be in that group chat that you were sending these text messages to? Because if so, we need him to come to the front of the classroom too. We got stuff to say about everybody in this situation. I need to know.
I think I missed the part. There's a group chat. Is that what it was?
I assume, because if he was
Oh,
just,
okay.
they say text messages like search the phone. I assume he had like a gross group chat that he was like saying this stuff to, with like a couple of like frat bros that like he was friends with, frat bros, and having a
Oh my God.
conversation.
I've never heard you do your frat bro
My
voice.
hat's turned around, so it felt like it came out
Like
naturally.
that was like
Frat
a whole
bros.
other human being there, right?
Hey man, the betas are doing it. They're doing a little they're doing a kegger this weekend. We're gonna go and do our little, if you come by, you don't need tickets, man. Just give my name at the door. It's gonna be a rager, man. Come through. Yes, Kenny and the frat bros. I know something happened. There was a group chat. I things play up in my mind, and I'm like, ooh, that's what happened. That's what
I
happened.
was imagining that was, by the way, love that character. I love it. Like love it. I feel like you need to like work on it. Maybe get a
His name
hat.
is Winston.
His name is what?
Winston.
Winston.
He comes from affluence. Yes.
Okay, I'm obsessed with it. Like I am obsessed. I think that's a great persona for you to have in your back pocket.
Yes.
I was imagining him texting it to women.
Oh no!
That's what I was imagining.
And for a woman to be on the other, that's even grosser. I feel because for a woman to be on the other end of that and being
you're probably more correct. You know
what happens?
Yeah.
I'll always give like a logical thing, and then you'll say something. I'm like, oh no, I like that theory way better. I like that way better because then that makes him even grosser of a person. So nope, abandon my theory. I'm on board with what you said. Yep, I'm here for it. Yep, it was a woman, and they're waiting for their turn in the wings for him to dump Janae, and then they're going to be the ones to make their TikToks and be like, I was one of the ones that Kenny was texting, and here's what he said, and all this kind of like stupid stuff. It's like, girl, forget you two. We hate you as well.
Yeah, like but you know what? It could be a little combination of both.
Mm-hmm.
But I just that's what the first thing I thought of, like because I was stuck on just him cheating. Like when I first heard that she found text messages, I was like, oh, she found out that he was cheating on her, and that's where that was.
The original story was that like I don't know if you like heard because there was a whirlwind going on.
A whirlwind.
Like the story that like kept getting put out there at first was, his side chick confronted Janae at the party.
That's what I thought too. That's what I heard too.
This whole thing. I'm like, what? We literally just wake up and make stuff up in the morning. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to wait until it settled and we got some more information because there was a whole lot on Reddit that I was like on Reddit it said that he called her the N-word.
Ooh.
But that I'm like, okay, maybe I don't. That is that's very different, and I feel I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, so we stand with Janae. Obviously, Kenny's done. Kenny is so screwed.
Let's see where his follower count is right now.
Oh, did he lose follow? Oh, did I?
They've been dropping like crazy.
Did I ever follow him? Let me unfollow him if I am right now. Hold on.
There you go. Yeah,
I might be. Hold on, Kenny Rodriguez.
He's dropped another
following. Unfollow.
There you go. He's dropped another 20K since I think I looked like yesterday. So that's great. Love that. I want to say he's down like maybe 200. Does anyone know what like Kenny used to be at? Because I feel like he used to be in the 700s.
Oh shit! Now he's at what's he at now? 580 or something?
Yes, 583. Woof. Wow. Woofington. Well, you're really not gonna be able to capitalize off the relationship now, buddy.
Yeah. What was your fucking plan?
Right. What was the plan?
Like you could have just I don't know, a couple months after the show was done, maybe they knew they were going to get the spinoff. So they probably knew a lot longer before us, but maybe they had to like figure out they had to wait before like NBC like upfront or something before like they made the announcement, or they had to wait until production got their stuff figured out. Because remember, like Leah didn't want to work with the producers from Love Island, so they had to like do a whole new production team. Maybe that's why the show is what it is. But the show is bad. Somebody on my Patreon commented something. I don't know if they went and said it to you too, because I was like, I didn't know that. Anyway, what happened was for Leah,
yes,
when the last week of the show, she felt like she was kind of like overly emotionally abused because I do think that the producers on Love Island fuck with them emotionally.
Sure.
It is one of the most savage shows ever because at the end of the day, it's a competition show. So it's like it's this weird thing of they're most vulnerable and exposed. Like the concept of Love Island is insane. Come on a show that you're competing for money, but we want you to be genuine. And you better be there for genuine connections, and you better not be playing a game, and you better not talk about it. If you are playing a game, you better not say it. But then it's still a competition show, and the producers treat it like as one. So there's challenges, and they do all the things that you would do, like even just making them sleep the way they sleep, with like all the lights come on, everyone has to wake up at the same time. Like all of that is designed because there's going to be money at the end, and so you have to like get through it. But we kind of forget that because we're thinking they're just there to fall in love.
It's like Big Brother if everybody was in a showmance. That's exactly what it is.
That's
Boom.
exactly it. And the goal, because the weird thing about Big Brother, everyone knows you're going to be backstabbing.
Right, exactly. That's the name of the game.
And like you vote, like you want the people that play the game well. But like on Love Island, you are hoping that these people genuinely find a connection.
Yep.
Which is a crazy thing to be like, you know what I mean? It's like on The Bachelor, it's just one guy or one woman that are, this is like every single person. And then if you look like you're not genuine, we're like, oh, you're just playing a game. Well, it's literally a game.
Literally. It's like when and then if there's not enough drama, they're like, what kind of psychological warfare can I release amongst the Islanders? Because like it's like one of the greatest moments, like it's so bad and sad to say, but like the best thing about Casa Amor, which why it sucked that
I
we
knew
didn't
you were
get
going to say this.
the past, like not past season, season 6 and season 5, when they sent the videotapes in so that the girls could see what they're doing, like y'all saw, like season 6 obviously had some big reactions, but season 5, if y'all weren't watching then, that's when KK and Keenan were on the show. KK got that video, and I mean she broke all the way down, tears, cry. Everyone in the villa had to like come around her, like even some of the Casa boys were around her, like being like, shit, that's rough. Like it was a mess. And like to do that to someone knowing that you've watched them not have the strength to even stand up to this person before that, she ended up leaving the show with him, but had that big of a reaction, like that craziness. So it's like they literally inflict any kind of pain and trauma they can on these people to, I mean, for our entertainment, which is terrible too. But
yeah, but that was I guess
Mm-hmm.
Leah that last week was getting kind of tortured because they had said something about something that happened back at home, like something with her family. And she's like, wait, do they hate me? Is everyone mad at me? And like, they kept pulling her into like therapy sessions or whatever, instead of like I don't know. She basically said it was a really weird last week of feeling like they were kind of purposely like fucking with her. Oh, I think she talked about that on Call Her Daddy, actually.
Oh, thank you. I knew there was something else I want to say about this. Thank you. Let me tell you right now.
I know, Janae, do not go on Call Her Daddy.
I will be so pissed. You better. I need you to go with somebody that has the bandwidth to really. No shade to Alex Cooper, because she does a fun interview, but I need her to go to someone who truly can have this conversation. This one in particular.
Thank you.
I don't know who I recommend, but they need to do. You need to really like figure it out. Figure it out.
Yeah, because like Alex Cooper interviews tend to just be like very about sex. That's the whole point of her show, and like that's just not the right avenue. And you are a white woman. Yeah, I think it just needs. I don't want her there by herself talking to Alex Cooper. I just don't.
No shade to Call Her Daddy, but seriously, like you need to go somewhere. Don't go to Nick Vi, because we all know Kenny's gonna go on there because Nick will have any damn body on there.
In the comments, it even says not Nick Viall either.
Exactly. We're also traumatized by Nick Viall. We're like, no, don't go there either. Absolutely not.
Exactly. Yeah. So, fuck you, Kenny.
Fuck you, Kenny.
All right, now let's talk about Gil. I can't decide, because I have a lot to say about Atlanta, you guys. Actually, let's go into Atlanta.
I'm about to tell, because let me tell you, you text me early this morning, and I'm honestly, I'm glad you did, because I was still laying down, knowing that I start my Sundays early. Like I have to fly to the gym. Like I literally got back home about 10 minutes before I sat down in this chair, and so like I was like running. Normally I have like an hour beforehand to like get stuff done, but like I was literally like running all over the place. So I'm glad you text me. But you text me and asked me, had I watched the thing that I've been avoiding literally all week, which was Shamea's YouTube live video about the last part, or about the season, I guess. And so I'd seen clips on Instagram where I'd seen like, you know, her singing and all. I was like, I am not subjecting myself to Shamea singing this whole damn time, talking about this stuff and crying and all like this. But when you text me, I said, damn it, you know what? I know she's going to want to talk about it. I need to actually watch this. I got on the treadmill. I want you to know that was the most harrowing 41 minutes of my life, okay? That YouTube video was 41 minutes and 20-something seconds. It was the most harrowing time on the I had to start off with Sexy Red. I was like, you know what? I'm going to let Sexy Red give me the first 20 minutes. Shamea will get me the last hour, like that. Fine, whatever. That was the most harrowing indoor walking I've ever done in my life, and I need you to know that.
I believe because I just wanted to screen record the clip that was going around, like the viral one where she's crying and saying she's sorry and like that weird whatever. So I was like, I'll just grab that, but I hadn't seen it obviously. So then I started and I'm like, I'm unfortunately going to have to watch this whole thing just because I need to see how extremely bad it is.
Ooh, I got thoughts. Ooh, I got thoughts.
So for those who didn't torture themselves to watch it, I have a lot of clips that I'm going to. Perfect. I have 2 clips I'm going to play, but I just want you guys to be warned that the second clip is long. We won't watch the whole thing. I just needed you to see how much time she spent.
20 minutes
in this the prayer thing.
Yes.
Okay, so there's that. But first, the way go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say because before we watch the clips and stuff, I do want to say I want to say one positive about this thing because there was only one positive that I can find. This is the best I've seen her look. Like it was a great outfit, great hair, great makeup. This is one of the best I've actually seen her look because Shamea tends to go way overboard with stuff like the custom clothes and all. This felt like I'm very casual, but I'm gonna look nice casual. I got the braids with curls like that. I thought she looked amazing, so I will say that for her.
Well, that was nice of you.
I like to lift up a little bit every now and then.
And now let's smack her down.
Right.
So okay. First, the part that got me the most upset right off the top that pulled me in was when she denies that she was throwing like excess shade, I'm putting that in quotes, at Drew over the music stuff.
Yes.
If she had been like, I took it a little too far, I got a little too excited to talk shit, I'd been like, okay. But the fact that she's like, I really wasn't. I was just, and honestly, I wanted to do a showcase with Drew. After my showcase, I was like, why don't we do a showcase? And I thought that's not for Drew. Why would Drew want to do a showcase with you?
Right.
Why would you want to do that together? Like, that's a weird thing to offer. Yeah. And then she kind of wanted to throw shade at Drew for not doing a showcase. And I'm like, no one needs to do a showcase, dude. Like, it's
right.
Chill out. But then she says this. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I only brought up Drew's fake Judith Lieber bag, y'all, because she asked me how she was a liar and where are my receipts? Like, how am I a liar at reunion? I kept it light, I thought.
Okay, hold on. Right there. You came to the reunion with the bag.
Yes.
You came to the reunion with the bag. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Here we go.
By just talking about some materialistic crap. I'm like, oh, girl, you said you had a Judith Lieber bag. This is a Kira bag. I got one too. Hey, it was what it is. And like, that's fine. But you lied about something so simple. But I could have went a lot heavier. And if she keep on doing what she doing, I'm gonna have to go heavier, and I don't want to. I want to keep it cute because I be singing my gospel songs and playing my gospel music because I try to be that, but God ain't through with me yet, and I'm still at work. And if they keep pushing, then it's just gonna have to go there. But I don't want to. I want to keep it cute, classy because I got a lot of other stuff that I got going on. And for what? Can we all just get along? So that's that for Drew.
Okay,
you can't say can we all get along while you're actively threatening to amp it up a notch with a cast member. Like, what are we talking about?
Thank you. I'm like, what do you mean? She's going to make me go there? No, she's not.
Literally not.
You accused her of having a fake bag. She posted the receipt. And now that's going to make you go further for what? You talked about how she lied about speaking 5 languages, but it was really about the love language book thing. And so Shamea, what are you talking about? So then she goes into the other people. Then she goes into Angela, to Cynthia, whatever. And I don't really know exactly why it segues like this. All right. But at some point she's talking about Cynthia and how she could tell Cynthia was just trying to broker a peace between people. And then I'm just going to play what I have.
Okay.
So we had genuinely squashed everything the day that we met at the restaurant.
Portia.
I was ready to come in on a clean slate, so why is it uncomfortable
for me to express myself?
Yeah, so yeah, I appreciate it.
What is this? The music? The slow motion?
Shamea, please.
What in the fuck is happening?
Y'all, thank y'all. I hate y'all leaving me. Oh my gosh.
I'm praying for you, but my prayers work.
Stop, you're gonna make me cry again.
Leslie, do you want to come pray with her?
Well, come on, just come. Well, we interrupt this to get a quick prayer. Because I don't know, I think that's just how my family goes. I think they just can feel when I'm heavy and things hurt on my spirit and on my heart. And y'all have cried all season long, so I really did not want to cry anymore. But well, here we are. So
What are you even crying
I don't know
about?
Mom, I don't know my cousin Alice.
My God.
They hit.
We're going to Alice pray this time, okay?
They hit their mark.
Alice,
They're like, I
hit
have
their
to
mark.
sit here.
in prayer with me and she concerning you. And it's going to be okay. Just know that it's
What
going
is
to be
this?
okay. Let me tell you, you was raised to be a very classy woman. You was raised right. You was reared right. And I'm sure some of the other girls, they were all reared right too. But let me tell you something. Sometimes children will stray away from the teachings of their parents. But I thank God you didn't stray away. You're not going to let no devil in hell make you stray away now. Okay, you're very classy, and there's nothing that those girls get. They can't even
Why
compare
is
with you,
Shamea sitting
Shamea.
there like
At the end of the
you're
day,
right.
jealousy kicks in, a whole bunch of stuff that kicked in on you this
Jealousy.
past season.
The comments
But you
are
know what?
cracking
We
me
say
up
the
right
devil is a liar. We
I'm gonna
don't
put them on
claim
stage. I wonder if I
any
can.
of that craziness, that ratchetness. And just because somebody gets loud, so much louder than you, that doesn't mean they're right. Nobody believes that. You're loud because you're embarrassed. Okay? They're embarrassed. And they're so scared that you're going to come out with the truth. So therefore, they get very loud. But let me tell you something. Loudness, when people are loud like that and they don't allow you to get a
got
word in
tissues.
edgewise, that's because they're non-intelligent.
What is
They're
she
so
crying
unintelligent,
about?
so ignorant. And got to be an
Oh,
outside
I have
show
a
to the
theory.
world.
I'll tell
But let
you.
me tell you something about prayer. It is the key. And faith do unlock the door. And you know, we're prayer captains, okay?
What?
And we got the faith. So we're not worried about nothing else. Because one thing about
Okay, so now
your
we're gonna skip to where her cousin starts. Here we go.
and looks low and you believe him, and we trust God with that power, okay?
I feel like even with just reunion, like little stuff that's like going crazy viral right now, like
Shamea, you in danger, girl. You are in danger, girl. Ooh.
Shamea says that Portia did not come to her wedding, and
This
Portia
whole
posted
thing.
receipts showing that she
She
had
did
multiple
come.
weddings.
Queen Shamea Mwangi's first wedding. I'm by her side as bridemaid.
But Shamea is saying she only had one wedding.
you know,
Shamea
her
put those
saying she
clips
had a
together,
wedding
by the
and I
way. Like, she
didn't.
put
you
all
know,
those clips together.
I had one wedding,
One wedding, and that
Look
was
at
and
this.
then
that-
like even
One
down to
wedding
like
again.
my
Are we
dowry.
still
Like,
focusing
if
on
you
this?
know, a dowry does not
Let's
get
then go
paid
all the way into
overnight. Not
this.
only that, but it's a way to keep the families close. So
Oh, girl.
just
Okay. Then hold on.
Y'all,
By the way, so
video
I'm-
is 40 minutes, and she
Yeah.
literally prayed and did this for
So-
20.
By the way, this is we're only 5 minutes in. I'm gonna skip to now. We're at
Spiritual
6.
thing.
Here
It's
comes the cousin. Here
must
comes the
cut
cousin.
away. We must circumcise things that are not good. It's almost like a man.
Oh, actually, no. Let me make sure you guys hear this whole thing because this was
Child,
unhinged.
you don't have to worry about what people say, what the outside show to the world want to do. And for as I can see, and the outside looking in, that's nothing but ignorance.
There are times in our lives that we must cut away. We must circumcise things that are not good. It's almost like a man going through that change with his genitals. You have to cut away that foreskin, that
Now,
skin
why
that
the
is not
uncut
good. It's
penises in it?
infectious. And you have to say, this is not good for me. And it's a spiritual thing. It's more so spiritual than physical. Cutting away those things in our lives that is not good for us to maintain our statute. And this is your season to
Someone
cut
said I
away
like her
those
hair.
things that are not good for
Yeah,
you.
I saw that.
Circumcision is not easy. It's painful.
Why are we talking about
Think of that man. It's
circumcision?
painful. It hurts. but it's all for the good. It's going to make you even stronger. I continue to tell you, this is your season.
It is.
When it's your season, yes, the daggers will come.
Okay. But now, so that was 6 minutes in. Now I'm going to go. It's still going. I'm at 8 minutes, 9 minutes, still going. Now we got a different camera angle.
And if you could just see the bigger picture, because I knew this day would come.
Absolutely.
Because when you have integrity, when you have
Class.
virtual character, when you have all of the things needed to build a strong foundation, you cannot fit in. You will never fit in because God set you above.
Oh.
And you have to remember that you are placed above the norm.
That's right.
You are a leader. You have all of the tools. And when
right now we're at 9 minutes. Now let's go to, this is still going. Let's go 10-minute 43.
Position for going against your will, Lord, even rebelling against you, Lord
now
God, for not hearing the cry.
Actually, no, we have to hear the whole thing because you guys, that's nuts. Here we go. Here we go.
So it can't no devil in hell pierce the, okay? He can't pierce you.
Yeah.
Gonna be a mess.
Because I love you too.
Absolutely, David. Mwah. And you got some prayer, Captain. Now let's pray.
I needed that. Thank y'all.
Started that thing, yes.
Father God, as we come before you this evening, Lord God, just thanking you, God, for your grace. Thank you for your mercy, Lord God. Thank you for those endowments that we don't even deserve, God. We thank you, Lord God, for the earth and the fullness thereof. God, as we come before you, empty pitchers needing to be filled, Lord God, I ask that you forgive us first and foremost for our shortcomings, for our opposition, for going against your will, Lord, even rebelling against you, Lord God, for not hearing the cries of those that cry out to us that are in need, Lord God. Just clean us up and continue to perfect us and groom us for royal priesthood, God. We come from a royal stock, God, and there is where we're going back to. Lord God, we thank you this evening, Lord God. And as we come before your throne, Lord God, the empty pitchers, Lord God, we ask that you touch our baby Shamea.
Why is
Lord
the music
God.
there?
We ask that you guard her and cover her, God. And God, any daggers that may come her way, Lord, I ask that you deflect them back from which they come, Lord God. Lord, we pray for her enemy, God. We pray for those that come.
It's still going to be going. We are looking now. It is now 12 minutes in, 13 minutes in. 13, 14.
The crown of her head, Lord God, to the sole of her feet, God. Purge her heart, God. Purge her ears, Lord God, and her tongue, Lord. Anything that is not like you, God, we ask that you cast it out right now in the name of Jesus. Oh, God, we thank you, not in advance, but we thank you for a season such as this, God. We thank you, Lord, for the harvest that is
going on. Okay,
and
then
show love.
They have more of a
show
pep
love.
talk.
Even if you haven't done anything wrong, apologize.
And then she says goodbye to them. We have to watch all of this. They couldn't edit it out. And then we get this weird thing that she filmed right after the reunion.
What a day. Okay.
Notes, okay.
First off, I just want to say I'm happy reunion is done. Yeah. I mean, well, I'm happy to have a peach. It's just been exhausting preparing for reunion and knowing that you're gonna have to recap an entire season of feelings, emotions, and all the above. So, I had anxiety leading up to it, but now that it's done, I mean, can you believe we wrapped 10 p.m. down there? Like,
Shamea, this is not interesting. This is not interesting. What is your point?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I did feel like I was ill prepared, like with the whole receipt thing and all that shit. Like I didn't, you know. And for me, I'm just not a combative person. I'm not a dogmatic person.
I'm not a combative person.
Okay.
I don't like to go back and forth and argue all the time about stuff. Like it's just it's draining, right?
Mhm.
So I find
Mhm.
myself naturally wanting to shut down on things. So when it came down to like just going in, or you know, it was
I
like,
don't like her in this Bob. She's
you know,
abusing
you
the
find
Bob.
yourself in shouting
That Bob
matches,
pissed
you're
me off a
yelling,
little.
and I don't know, you just like you just I don't know if you give up, but just kind of be like,
Bitch said nothing. So she says nothing. She says more of that. That's what she put in there. She put in there. Now she'll do one more, guys. One more weird. Okay, look. She comes back from saying goodbye to her mom and cousin. Now she's sitting there
Okay,
by
well,
herself.
guys,
Goes.
with that being said, my
What with
elders
that?
and my
Wait a
family,
minute.
they
Hold on.
never.
Hold on. Oh no, I lost it.
right, could I?
She said, with that being said, I'm like, with what being said? The
Right.
prayer?
Okay, well, guys, with that being said, my elders and my family, they never steer me wrong. So I just want to start by saying to all of the ladies on Sweet 16 cast, starting with Portia,
No.
you know, Drew,
No.
Angela, Britt, Kenya, Cynthia, Kelly. I'm sorry. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Phaedra even coming in at the end. I'm sorry. If I've ever offended you, if I've made you feel less than, inferior, if I insulted you, hurt you, in any way, I'm sorry. And I hope that we can start fresh. And,
With the music.
I wish you nothing but the best. And that prayer, I hope it leaves this room and enters into your heart and your household. And that's a wrap on Sweet 16.
The most depressing way.
Slow-mo fade out, you guys.
Boy, do I have thoughts. Boy, oh boy. Oh.
You guys.
First, I busted out laughing at the end there because when she was going through the cast and like going, you know, Kenya, Portia, and then they cut away to Cynthia and they showed her with that little Chad Michael Murray bob that she had. I was like, now you know you could have picked a better picture, Cynthia. Don't play with her like that.
Someone edited that together for her. Someone was in an editing bay going, okay, let's make this slow motion here. Let's put the music here, music cue here. You guys, you took notes?
Oh, yes.
Let me hear your notes.
Yes.
I need to hear your notes.
Let's talk about the biggest thing. So the first, if y'all don't, okay, so y'all, this was almost 42 minutes long. Genuinely, when it got to about the 20-minute mark is when all of that started. So literally the whole second half of this video is all of that. Now keep in mind the first half, because she was supposed to talk about part 3 of the reunion. She literally got on there. She addressed everything with Drew. She addressed everything with Angela. She addressed everything with Phaedra, all this kind of stuff. But when it gets to the part when she has to address everything that Portia brought as receipts to this reunion, suddenly it was too much, and then we had to go to that. So then me thinking, oh, she's going to do this for 5 minutes, then we're going to get back to talking about the reunion. Nope. Never have to address it. Okay, so you've been talking to somebody that's been doing this a while, and they've been like helping prep you to where you don't have to address anything. And what sealed that for me was when her cousin or whoever it was told her, apologize even if you haven't done anything wrong. So now it's not just she's offering an apology, it's her being able to say, well, I know I didn't do nothing wrong to y'all, but let me apologize anyway so that I can move forward and have a good. No, that's not how that works. I know. Listen, people try to hide behind religion with so much stuff, and they get to say, "Oh no, just when you apologize, it's for you. You apologize for yourself. It helps your soul, your spirit. You're not apologizing for the other person." Well, clearly not. You just told her she ain't done nothing wrong, so she ain't even got to apologize for nothing. That right there was a whole mess. So now we don't have to address anything of the Portia. Listen, Portia laid it all out on that last part of the reunion. She came with the receipts. She came to talk about everything. And Shamea didn't address not one single piece of it by design. So it might have worked on some people, but the way I saw those comments on her YouTube video, everyone was like, what's happening?
I don't think I saw one good comment on her video. I swear everything was like, Shamea, I love you, but you need to take accountability. Or Shamea, this is too much. Or what is this music? What is the music?
Right.
Such loud, aggressive, like elevator music. Like it was like spa music, like a cheesy spa music playlist or something.
Goodness.
Very bad.
She got to put herself on a pedestal because they came in and made sure, they hit their marks first, because, you know, this is all unplanned, but Mother knew to come on this side, Shamea knew to scoot over, the cousin came in on her mark, and suddenly the camera is, yes, center stage, they knew what to do, but they came in and then they immediately put her on a pedestal by saying, well, you know, everyone ain't raised right, everybody ain't raised the way you were raised, and, you know, everybody is not going to do this kind of stuff, and I know they said this and that about us, but we don't have none of that in our family. We're this and we that. So now she's automatically on the pedestal, which means that when she gets to apologize for not doing anything, then we just assume, it's because Shamea is so much better than everybody watching this. And then that cousin, she knew to make sure she threw in that line of, I knew this day was going to come, meaning that, listen, we, the family, we always knew that Portia was never on your side. They did a couple things to play up that fan stuff at the end. The fan stuff they were saying about Portia and Shamea's relationship towards the beginning of the season. They knew to play up a lot of that in this video, and that was the biggest one.
Did you catch too? I don't think we played this part, but when her mom, Shamea's mom, says what Portia's mom said.
Yes, the dog.
She's like, no, there's no dogs with bones. I don't like anyone in my family. I'm like, oh, okay, so you are watching the show and you are livid.
Yep, all of that. That was a mess. That was a mess.
That was a mess. Was that it in your notes?
I think so. Let me see.
Okay, that's it.
Through all the lies, pedestal.
Through all the lies.
Chad Michael Murray. Yes, I think that's everything. I think that's everything.
Chad Michael Murray. Okay.
That's so funny because when I saw this clip like circulating like you did online.
Yeah.
I remember I saw it first on Vanessa's page. Vanessa is a reality. And so I saw it on her page and I was like, I told her, I was like, I'm absolutely not watching this because I don't have to. I know for a fact that Shamea probably sings at some point during this. And she said, no, she literally walked on camera singing Monica. I was like, see, there we go. There we go.
No, she sang it for a while too.
A while, freestyled and everything.
And it was a freestyle, and she was like proud of it. She's like, "That was just a freestyle, guys. I just did the best." I'm like, "Okay, it's nothing to be bragging about." But she's like, she is that person who breaks out singing all the time, and you're just like, "Okay." That is one of the biggest pet peeves of mine when people are singing, because real singers just don't do that. Like real people who really are like singers, they just don't out of nowhere in the middle of a sentence just be like, and I'm gonna sing a song right now. And that's what Shamea does throughout the whole dang thing. Yeah, the whole thing. She kept just like breaking into a song, and it was like, no one wanted you to do that. And please. And then she even said, she's like, yeah, I'm that person who always sings. I am. Yeah. And,
right.
Oh, God.
Amit asked in the comments, she said, did any housewife comment on this nonsense?
Oh, I didn't see.
I haven't seen anyone say anything. At least it hasn't made any of the pages. So like, I don't think Drew said anything. No, I don't think anyone said anything. Not that I've seen.
I didn't see all the comments though, but I don't know. Does she do that? Is this her normal YouTube channel? Does she like post regularly? I
guess so. I probably should have it up.
I didn't even look at her. Channel. What?
Let me tell you what pissed me off, because I got on there and I was like, okay, let me watch this video. And the first thing that pops up is Dear Sweet 16, which is the video.
And it's the freaking promo.
It's the promo clip. So I had to watch her sing all over again. I'm like, Shamea, don't piss me off.
That's what I did too. And I was like, I gotta watch this again. How dare you?
Right.
I also am really offended because that Monica song is like one of my most favorite songs ever. I used to like back in the day, I used to like wait in the car. Like if we got to our destination and it came on the radio, I'm like, I will meet you inside.
Right. It's for any girl that like is going through that time of the month. It's literally the soundtrack of your life at that point. So yeah,
like it was. That was so good. It was so good. So how dare she take that song and make it hers? Okay?
Now she's traumatized you with
blasphemous. But also when she does her like apology thing, like okay, so the way that she actually had the nerve to say, I think I'm just going to start with, I'm like, start.
Right.
This is the end of your video. We just had to watch 25 minutes of praying.
Right.
And telling you that you're great and that, you know, they don't get it and they're just
the world
jealous
is against you and
all of that stuff. And then now acting like it's a thought she's just had, just like, okay, guys, I guess all I have to say, I'm going to start with just saying, you know, I'm sorry.
It's like,
what?
Anything else?
That was such a flop. All right, well, now let's get into the actual reunion.
Okay.
The mom stuff comes up right at the top. Shamea has the nerve to be mad that Portia put up that story, that Instagram story about their moms. And she's like, why are you even bringing up my mom? Because you did.
Right.
Because you did that.
I thought I was crazy. I literally thought I was crazy. And she's like, why would you even bring up our moms? I'm like, you said it in the episode, right? Like Portia hadn't mentioned y'all's moms.
Wasn't it in a confessional?
Yes, because I think they had said something like in real like time, her and her mom. And then they asked her about the confession. Then she's like, well, no, I don't want to talk about that. Let's leave the moms out of it. It's like, we can't leave them out of it because you just brought it up on camera. So now we got to talk about it.
Now, I want to shout out. Someone said this, I think, on YouTube a couple weeks ago. Wait, that was amazing. You were just busting out all sorts of character work today.
Shamea does it to me. I don't know what it is.
No, I told Kendrick, I'm like, I'm coming in hot today. Okay, I'm coming in hot for Shamea. She's getting so much smoke today. But someone did say this a couple weeks ago when we were talking about, because remember how I had a whole thing where I really wanted the moms to sit down and have like like a head-to-head kind of thing. And so that week people were commenting on what the theories they had heard. And one of them was that Shamea's mom bought Diane's daycare, which it's such a specific and random things, but that was exactly what it was. So like, okay, it was that. And then Shamea goes, no, they hadn't been talking for years because of some other stuff that I won't speak on.
It's like, well, speak on it.
See, then when you do that, I just don't believe that you have anything.
Exactly.
That's what I believe. I don't believe.
Exactly.
Andy's trying to like segue into a resolution. So he says, you know, there was some chatter behind each other's backs. And Portia goes, well, not each other's because I didn't talk about her. And Shamea's like, yes, you did with Britt. And I go, wait, hold on. That was at the end of the damn season.
Right.
And people were coming to her with shit you had said.
And we watched Portia literally move right on from. She's like, you know what? I've sat with Shamea. We're good. I'll talk to her about this. And literally moved on. Like, stop it, Shamea. Like, you going out bad.
And even Cynthia's like, no. Cynthia's like, I was there and that's not what happened. So no. So Andy's question for them is there anything you regret from the season? And what does Shamea say? I regret talking to these women about my friendship with Portia. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because they took it and they spun it and they took it back to her and they caused problems. I'm like, so not on you.
Not on you.
Cool.
Literally apologize even if you've done nothing wrong.
Apologize if you did nothing wrong. There you go. Portia has some tea. She's like, we have our own private friend group and they have been telling me all the same stuff that echoes what she's been saying on the show. Like Portia didn't want me to be a peach holder. And Shamea goes, oh, I don't believe her at all. She goes, those same people told me that you didn't want me to be a peach holder. And the way Portia looks at Andy and goes, Andy, haven't I always wanted Shamea to be on this show as a housewife? And he, without missing it, he goes, you have, yes.
Whoop. Not the boss chiming in.
So Shamea, I'm boss. Like, right then and there, it should have been like, oh, for Shamea, like, wow, I guess I'm projecting my own insecurities onto Portia, maybe. Huh?
But literally, the craziest thing is at that Go Pampered event earlier in the season, she asked her point blank. She was like, Shamea, why are you saying this? You know, I showed you the list that I submitted and your name was at the very top. And Shamea goes, I know. So remember, that squashed all of that. I didn't think that anymore. It's like, well, why has it been dragged on to every person that y'all both know? You done got Candy in this mess and Candy ain't even on the damn show no more.
Exactly. So Portia talks about the interview circuit. It's like, okay, fine. The show is one thing, but the interview circuit that you have been doing is, and Shamea has the nerve to say, I wasn't the one who tried to ruin my reputation and say I was sleeping with Candy and Todd. I'm like, bitch, that was from so long ago.
Literally a damn near a decade. Like, what are we talking about?
You have that much fresh anger about it? And then Portia goes, but no one was sabotaging your marriage. And Shamea goes, I said you could have ruined my engagement, but she didn't. And that happened so long ago that how are you not over it? Okay, but then I did like when Portia goes, you played a part, you would have played a part in your own ruining of your engagement. I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club. I don't know why I like that so much. I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club. I don't know. That's been stuck in my head. I've been saying it all week for no reason. I don't know why. But thank you,
did you just say I kiss Candy in the club?
Yeah, exactly. and they're like, yeah. But thank you, Phaedra, for saying this happened in 2016. So
yeah.
But Shamea goes, people ask me the questions and I'm just answering. Oh, girl. If someone asked me a question about something that I find to be kind of irrelevant now, it'd be like, I don't know, like, that's fine. Like, we squash that. But you are literally answering as if it just happened and you have fresh anger about it. So that's the difference. And Portia goes, I do as many interviews as you, if not more, because I've been on the show longer. And Kelly's like, oh, wow. And I'm with Portia. I'm like, it wasn't meant to be a read. Was it a read? Maybe, but that's because you guys are both so fucking insecure.
You're right. Like if any of y'all think that you're doing more interviews than Phaedra, Portia, or Cynthia, who we've known since season 3 and 5, you out of your damn mind. I'm sorry, it's not happening. And you're not getting on as biggest platforms as they are to talk about this damn show. Like, be so fucking for real.
Like, just accept it. I'm so sorry. But Kelly tries to tee up Shamea for something because she goes, I want you to tell Portia how you really feel. And this is her moment. Let her have her moment. I'm like, oh, she's having it. What are you two together are no good. You two together, no good at
tomato.
All. Boo. Boo. But then Shamea starts explaining her version of what went wrong. And she goes, after we had our one-on-one, I thought we were clean slate. Then I noticed she was distancing herself from me even around the time Londi died. And like, I'm right there with Portia. Like, are you seriously saying that? Do you not hear yourself?
Wild.
Do you not hear yourself? Like, I'm grieving. She's like, no, I know. I'm not like, Portia's rightfully irritated. She's like, why are you bringing that up to use against me? And Shamea, as a victim, she goes, she says I'm using things against her, but I'm really just trying to express myself. I really like, she got under my skin so much. I told Kendrick this too. I started my period this morning. So I'm like, I'm extra spicy today. Like, I'm just letting it all go out onto Shamea right now. So like, I might need to walk it back a little.
No, Shamea literally oh God, like I feel like at the beginning of the season, that Shamea that showed up was such a good housewife, but something happened along the way where I don't know if she talked to someone or what, but she chose to go a different route of, you know what, maybe I just need to play the victim and sympathy card all season and people will be on my side like by default. And it's like, I don't think this is landing the way you thought this was gonna land, Shamea. Like it's all bad.
I think that she got so caught up in what the audience was going to think and was starting to operate from that place. Like, it's a paranoid place to operate from because you can't really control it. And we don't really know what we look like, honestly. Like, until we see it back, it's kind of like we might have a perception of one thing and not the other. So if you try to manipulate your reputation or the way people perceive you, it's not going to work. And we're just going to be like, what are you doing? You feel inauthentic.
I'm going to get a lot of heat for saying this. But this is why, like, before we found out that Brit didn't show up to the reunion and all like that, I was like, everyone needs to come back for another season because one, I hate a one season.
Yeah.
I always say people need 2 seasons to like fully cook. But this is why, it's easy to give somebody like Brit more props for showing up because Brit didn't do one thing in this season that made me think she cared about what we said, because everything she did was like wild, ridiculous, a flop. Out of left field, just like she wasn't thinking about the audience when she was doing a lot of stuff, but it's clear that other people constantly were. And I always say, Carlos King always says, that's one of the things he always like has to sit his cast down and talk to them about before a season starts. He's like, get out of the comment section.
Get out of the comment section.
Get out of the comment. It's never going to help you. All it's going to do is put you in your head, and now you're thinking about what you saw and what they say and how they perceive you, and you're going to show up the way they want you to instead of like how we hired you to be on this show.
Exactly.
And that's what it feels like Shamea is doing, and she really needs to like come with, like, you came with such great energy in the first like couple of episodes. Like the you and Angela beef was everything I needed. Then suddenly that did a 180. Like, it was just, I don't know.
I agree. She just went so downhill. And then she really, really plays up the victim thing. Andy goes, is there anything that you need to hear from the other? And Portia goes, no, just right now I do not have the bandwidth. That's just plain and simple what it is. And Shamea goes, see, that's the difference. Even when I didn't have the bandwidth, I would find the bandwidth because I had that type of love for Portia. I'm like, that is manipulative. And that means you have boundary issues. And that's on you, not on anyone else.
Exactly. And I feel like they keep trying to drive that point home to her the entire like time. They're like, you need to start speaking up and saying what you want to say. Like this weird stuff.
Andy goes, Andy's like, my advice to you is maybe speak up, don't hold it in. And she cries. And I think she thinks she's doing something here. She's like, I do that because I don't have the capacity to deal with it at the time. So I hold it in because I have to. And Andy's just like not impressed. He's like, okay, well, look what happens when you do. So, I mean,
right.
She's like Flop City. And then it's like it could have ended at the reunion, but then she did that weird video.
Right. It could have ended at the reunion, but now we got that. Then
she made it even worse, like worse than I ever thought it could have been. And then with that video. All right. Drew's package. I remember when Ralph posted that picture of them in the kitchen with that caption or the video.
Oh, we talked about it. Yeah.
Yep. She called me daddy off camera. And like, I believe her version of it where she's like, I thought we could be, seeming like we're cool, but then he made it that.
Yeah.
And he would.
Of course.
There's a viewer question that comes in. Why did the women not show compassion for Drew, only for Portia? And Kelly is so busted. Because she tries to be like, I was really hoping that we could hit it off more. And Angela's like, lies. Angela's like making faces like, nope. Now, about the Balmain event, because that was the big charity event thing that Drew was like, text the guy and whatever. So because Drew bought something later, it didn't go to the charity. Now, I will say that if I was Drew, I maybe wouldn't have known that. Like if I was Drew, I would have thought that maybe whatever purchase, even if it's in the works, I would have gone to the charity. So even though I know Drew's a liar and she's shady and stuff, it's like, that is fair. Like if she did buy something, but didn't know that money went to, that's not the same as her not buying anything.
And I feel like the wrong person got the smoke for that because I think they said that she worked with Kelly's like buyer or whatever to get those items. So it's like, well, why didn't he tell like whoever was doing this event that it was going to go towards that? Like this is just bad communication all around.
Yeah. It's just like kind of a mess, but like, Drew. So, but like Drew did buy something and Kelly was like, right, you did, but later I'm like, well, no, that's different.
Right.
It's different that she didn't know that money would go, so that whatever.
Right.
But the lapdog comment still has Shamea so upset. And even Angela is like, you need to let that go.
Right.
And Shamea goes, I was just being a good friend, like you were being a good friend to Drew, Angela. And Angela goes, I'm too big to sit on anybody's lap.
That's what we look for. That's the kind of quick shade.
Phaedra loved that. Like after the beef the two of them had at this reunion, Phaedra was cracking up. She's like, she said, I'm too big to sit on anybody. Like she thought it was so funny. So well done, Angela. Well done. Viewer question. Drew admitted to sending flirty texts to Todd. Who's Todd? Did I miss that wrong? Who's Todd?
Maybe Ty.
No.
He said Todd?
Who did she said? I could have swore it was Todd. Was it Ty?
Maybe. I don't, because I know that was Ralph's whole big thing that she sent flirty texts to Ty. And then
it must have been Ty, but maybe
and
maybe the captions got it wrong. Like
them peacock captions are the
wild.
The worst.
Yeah. And so it says you both spoke for an average of 3,000 minutes a month.
Yeah.
A month. And she's like, guys, when you think about it, it's not really that much.
I'm not talking about it that long. I know that much.
I'm like, and then she starts like trying to do the math. I'm like, maybe if it was like a year, but 3,000 a month.
I'm trying to think. Okay, our average episodes when we come here are what, like hour and a half, maybe 2.
Yeah.
How many minutes is that? That's 120. We'll round up.
Yeah.
4 Sundays in a month. That's not even a third of that, is it?
Hold
Am
on.
I thinking of that right?
I can't do math.
She said 3,000 a month, right?
3,000 minutes.
Minutes, yeah. So each time we get together,
it's only 480 minutes. What do you do? Yeah.
And she goes to 3,000.
3,000.
Oh, boy, oh boy.
And she's like, guys, it's not that much.
Oh.
I think Phaedra did that math in her head. She's like, that's like 10 minutes a day. And I was like, that's not bad.
And I think that's 300 though, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I actually have no idea how to. You're right. Wait a minute.
We need to steer clear of math on any reality show. Okay, we don't need to do this at all.
Thank God you caught that, because for anyone listening or watching this was like, that's not even right. That's not. You didn't do the math in her head, Emily.
Nope.
But she said it with. She was like, that's like 10 minutes a month. That wow. I was like, yeah, that's right.
Gee,
that
means that's like her having one of these lives every single day with Ty. That's a lot. That's a lot.
I don't like talking on a long phone call. No, thank you. But no. And she's like, guys, it's really like not a lot. No, that is a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Then they ask, who is Black? And she goes, a friend. And she says he owns the #1 liquor company in the world. I'm like, okay. And then they were FaceTiming backstage and she goes, yeah, actually, can I? Is it okay, Aunt? Can I do that? And then she starts passing out vapes.
Like what? What is happening?
And they're like, thanks. But like, we're not going to promote it because like, what are you doing?
Right. He's not an official sponsor of this show. Like, what are we doing right now?
That was bizarre. That was really bizarre. Andy asks Drew if she would ever bring someone she was dating on the show. And Drew says, absolutely, when I have a boyfriend. And Portia goes, or girlfriend. And Drew gets so freaked out. She's like, no. Or you, because I heard you. And she thinks she can like shame Portia. But Portia's like, fuck yeah, if I find me a tie, she'll be sitting right behind me.
With Dennis on the other side.
And then I realize I'm like, okay, wait, I want this for her. Like now I want Portia in her lesbian era.
Yes. Let's get it.
I was like, that's an option? Yes, go with that. Let's do that.
Let's get it. Yes.
Let's get that for sure. I'm so in.
Yes.
But Drew gets so panicked about that. Like Drew very much has a bit of like homophobia things going on in her. You can tell she gets really uncomfortable at the thought of her being accused of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Honestly, I'll be on Drew's side for this thing because I do think that she's trying to steer clear of that solely because of the divorce. I think that Ralph has made this such a big
that's a good point.
Yeah, I think she's trying to keep Ty at a distance as much as she can. She's not trying to bring that in or anything. She's like, nope, not a lesbian. I don't even basketball. What's like nope, none of that.
Basketball? Huh?
What's that? Huh?
Okay, the men come out. It is absurd that Ralph is there behind Cynthia.
It is
absurd that's the seating arrangement.
Ridiculous.
And it's funny because the only person, literally the only one that could have brought someone is Angela. And as we know, Shamea's man won't show up to film. So like they cut back and there's just one guy. There's just Charles on one side and then these guys over here on the other. Right. Andy asks Dennis if did you have a conversation with Portia about working with Drew? And it is clear in his answer that he did not. He's like, yeah. Actually, I talked to Ralph and then I thought Drew would handle the women stuff. we didn't have an in-depth conversation. I'm like, got it. That's exactly what makes sense to me. And Drew's like, but you told me that you did. And this is where Drew loses me though. She's like, and I had been reaching out to Portia and she wasn't getting back to me. And so Portia's right. She's like, but why wouldn't you say what you needed to say? Like, you could have texted me, hey, going into the season, I'm going to film with Dennis.
Right.
She goes, but Drew's like, but you acknowledge that I was trying to get a hold of you, right? And okay, I'm asking you to take accountability for the attempts that I made. I don't really know that's how that works, Drew. Like, you take accountability for me texting. And Portia's like, I thought you were just trying to kiki about the cast. Like, I didn't think it was something like that.
Like something that, right, like needed to happen.
But instead she's like, but so you're not going to take accountability. Okay, you're not going to take any accountability. Andy's like, no, she's not.
All of this goes to me, like I feel like we've been saying for like months now, their whole beef is solely because of Dennis. Dennis has been telling both of them entirely different stories, and now he's caught in the middle of this reunion and having to own it all. It's his fault that these two have not been getting along. And if they both realize it, they can go into next season as best friends.
Agreed. Dennis is the shady one. And now he denies ever saying Drew wanted to hook up with him. I'm like, we watched on camera as you very much alluded to that.
Yep.
Very much. And then Ralph claims that Drew told him Dennis was trying to holler at her. And then Ralph has the nerve to go, I don't lie.
What?
Sure. No, you don't lie at all.
Please get out my face.
I hate that Ralph is there. I fucking hate that Ralph. It's reminding me because this happened before to Drew when it was Sheree and Marlo, like on his side.
Yep.
You know, like I was like, it's Ralph, you guys. He is an abusive piece of shit. And I swear he's a scammer. I swear he doesn't have $1 to his name. And it's been just siphoning Drew's money this whole time. And that's why this divorce is so ugly, because he's trying to still get his paycheck from her, even though he has no respect for her at all.
Yep.
And then Andy asked about Ralph having a woman in the basement, because Drew had mentioned that he had a woman in the basement, which he denies. But then there's a manifesto that they're in a gated community and they have to document whoever's there.
Not a manifesto.
And Ralph goes, she came to the house, but she didn't come inside. So what, you just he goes, we were working on a fitness program, so it was all about fitness content.
Where?
Okay. So, okay. Got it. Cool.
Like, did y'all talk about this in the driveway or at the mailbox?
Yeah. So
like,
where did this conversation happen that you're allowed to be, by the way? Because I think it's a court order that you're supposed to like be in the basement.
Right. Exactly.
So.
And the whole thing is like, I feel like this is another like Ralph semantics kind of game.
Always.
Like, no. She didn't come in the house, but no, she was on the side. She was in the dog walk or like something. It's like, no, just stop lying.
He always does that. He always like it's so condescending, and it's like because then you can't catch the truth. It's what narcissists love to do. That they just keep moving it around. Like, well, what do you know? I mean, that's that over there. What's that over there? It's like just answer it.
I want to call her Evolve. I didn't even think about this. Evolving Marissa in the comments said Drew's homophobia is because of her mother's background.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to say that, but I feel like that's it's her mom's what is her mom?
She's a pastor, I think.
Pastor, right?
Yeah.
Ralph tries to claim that Drew is different to him off camera, which is like he kind of keeps, this is what he's been doing with her for 2 years now, where he'll be like, well, that's not what you said when the cameras are down, as if she's just like playing it up for the cameras. I'm going to say this. We saw a couple scenes where do you need to go?
No.
Oh. We saw a couple scenes where Drew was trying to be like nice with him. Remember we got like weirded out by those scenes where they had like friendly scenes on camera. Yeah. I'm like, so she's willing to do kind of whatever you give her, it seems, on camera.
Right. Ralph. She's matching energy, it feels.
Yeah, it didn't. So get out of here. Yeah. But then Andy asks if Ralph apologized to Drew's mom for those nasty tweets. What this oh my God, I wanted to kill him here. I wanted to kill him here. He goes, basically what he says is she should have stayed out of it. That's basically what he says. And then Andy goes, okay, so you didn't apologize to her mom, which then makes Ralph realize like, oh wait, am I coming off as the bad guy here? So he's like, no, but I will. And then he goes, it's more of a conversation. I think it's a conversation that I would love to have with your mom, because I believe that there is a lot there. What? Going through a divorce, everyone focuses on the woman, but men go through things as well. And sometimes they say things that aren't nice, but yeah, I'll apologize for it. But I think that there's more of a conversation to be had. Like, in other words, and Portia picks up on this. The energy he has is, I'm not going to apologize, but I am going to we can talk and I can bawl her ass out because she shouldn't have said whatever. And then he ends this little monologue here with this very manipulative thing. He goes, Drew, I looked at our text messages from back in the day. There was so much love there. So to see that diminish, it was sad and it was hurtful.
First of all, how far back did you scroll to look at those text messages?
Thank you.
That's the question.
You've been together for what, 9? What did you say, 9 years?
Yeah.
Where were they on your phone?
Okay.
Why do you have them? Bullshit. But then Portia, having sensed the tone from Ralph and his like, a conversation. We'll have a conversation. Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to apologize when I have a conversation. Like So Portia, I think she does a pretty good job of being like, both Dennis and I had to work on each other's mothers, and so just when you call her mom, maybe take a deep breath first. Is kind of what she was saying. Like, I can tell the energy you want to bring her, but like, don't do that.
Right. And then much needed. Ralph essentially showed up with the same like apologize even when you're not wrong kind of sentiment that we got from Shamea's cousin.
That's exactly what he was going to do. He's like, and by apologize, I mean call her a dumb bitch because I'm an asshole like that. Okay, and I'll be justified. Okay. All right. Charles is up, and Andy brings up the perception that you don't like Angela. That's what people think. His answer is this. I don't try to put on for the camera. She knows I love her. I wouldn't be here if I didn't love her and the kids. So keep watching.
He's like promoting the show. It's like,
why don't you just promote the next season?
It's almost like he thinks that like her spot is in jeopardy or something. It's like, no, she's coming back. It's okay. Like you can answer truthfully.
Keep watching. I'm like, okay. All right. Thanks, dude.
All right.
This was also funny though. Charles is like, these women claiming that they know me or like have met me before, but it's like not totally accurate. And Shamea's like, yeah, I met you at Dominique's wedding. And he's like, no, I was at that wedding. We didn't. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's actually a really good response. Like, I might have met you, and then maybe there's a photo of us together, but it's because like I'm who I am, and and people want pictures with me,
right?
And so you don't know me, like you don't know who I am. I met you at her wedding. Okay, I was there. Like, girl.
That was he gave me the energy. Like he came on, he was like, I know y'all got some stuff to talk about, but I just want to clear it up. I don't know Shamea. And it's like, oh. He's like, before we talk about anything else, I want y'all to know I don't know Shamea. He's like, point, I don't know her right there.
To be fair, he doesn't remember Phaedra either.
Right.
And then that was funny because Phaedra goes, I've been in several rooms with you. Like and then she references, well, he dated Sheree. And it kind of she sort of makes it seem like she knew them when they were a couple, but I just think that she knew that they had been a couple. I don't think that they like were friends at the time.
Right. Because that would have been what I led with. Like, y'all know Sheree. That's how I know Charles, because they used to date. Like, that's how you lead it. But like her doing that kind of back and forth, you know me. We've been in the room together several times. And it's like, oh, this feels like Athens and Nene all over again. Where we going?
It totally did. It totally did. And Angela was right to call Phaedra out because Phaedra was trying to be shady. However, Phaedra does kind of get her back, and she goes, "Come on, girl, this is Housewives." That's right. I didn't say he's cheating. I didn't say he's having an affair. I didn't say any of that. I just said I knew him, and maybe, but like that's nothing.
Right.
Alrighty.
Right.
And then Charles can't wait to get his line. He's like, "What about y'all? I'm the only husband here." Ooh, I'm the only husband here. He's like, "I've been practicing that. I've been working on that. I've been workshopping it backstage."
The best part of that is when he asks, like, where y'all husbands at? Portia's like, I don't know. I don't know where mine is. He could be anywhere. I don't know.
And then you're like, oh.
Right. You're like, oh, sure.
But now he's fine. He's like, oh, whatever.
Oh, now he's full harassment mode.
Mm-hmm. Andy asks about dating Sheree and is like trying to get more information about that, which is fair because I kind of was curious too.
Oh yes.
I was like,
to know
so wait a
all
minute,
of it.
what happened? He's like, no, we dated. And Angela's like, but you didn't live together. Well, we dated and like, we hung out. We hung out, went to Dubai.
Right.
Oh, and then Angela goes, Andy, what are you doing? What are we doing? He's like, get off this fucking topic.
I'll tell you what we're doing. We're bringing Sheree back as a friend because we need to know what's going on.
Yeah, because then like Angela is like, I'm not worried about Sheree though. She's not one of the people that hasn't moved on. I'm like, it sounds kind of like you're worried about anybody that possibly came around.
The
Charles.
Jackie Christie, Doug Christie of it all. Like, nope, this is mine. Don't come over here.
Yeah. Andy asks about the secret baby confusion, and Charles somehow steps in it again because he's talking about how he's friends with Wendy and that Wendy invited him over to drink wine. Because it was like, did you ever date Wendy? Well, no, she invited me over to drink wine. And then he says, but I'm allergic to cats, and she has a cat. And then Angela's like, so you would have gone on a date with Wendy? He goes, drink some wine, sure.
From the man who famously said he is too masculine to drink wine earlier in the season.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You're right. But I mean, it's Wendy Williams, so we'll all have a glass of wine. I don't mind.
And she's like, you're still not Angela's like, you're supposed to say, never would I ever cheat on Angela. And like, no, I have only eyes for Angela. He will never say that to her.
This reunion actually made me appreciate him a lot more because I feel like he is so honest that like I never have to worry about, because with Housewives a lot, you got to worry about whether you're getting the truth or not almost every scene. I feel like with him, he's telling you, he's like, I don't have anybody to impress here. I'm Charles Oakley. So if I tell you something, it's the truth. I don't care what you take it back how you want to, believe what you want to believe. I'm saying what I'm saying. And that just is what it is.
It really is a thing. Like being a sports star is it's a big thing.
Yes.
It's a lot of attention. It's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. So the amount of confidence he already has, and he's already the one getting approached for photos and stuff anyway, so he's like, that's the life he's been living.
Right. I love Mary Duda in the comments. 444 said we knew Sheree was the OG wag, and she really was. Like,
wow.
Right. When you think about it, like, good job, Sheree. There you go.
Good job, Sheree. All right, it's time for Gilded Age. I know, we're so excited. Bertha has arrived in England. Now, I'm going to say this. This is what makes this show so good. They could have gone in such a dark direction with Gladys going and living in England and whatever, but they somehow don't. They have such a grasp on these characters that I did not picture Bertha showing up and teaching Gladys how to make a life for herself,
right?
And like how to win. And I was like, well, that was I didn't see it going that direction, but you know what? I love it. And
when you think about it, that's like makes the most sense because it's like that's exactly what Bertha did with her life, so might as well impart that wisdom. There you go. She makes it seem so easy, right? She makes it just seem she's just so like effortless about the whole thing, I love that we immediately see that like the Duke isn't going to be the problem. So like that's where it's like, okay, we can finally breathe a little bit about Gladys being over there because he's not the problem. We just need to fix who he is. Yes, exactly. And so when Bertha goes in to check on Gladys and catches the maid saying, Lady Sarah approved these outfits, Bertha's like, what are we doing here? Like, what's with Lady Sarah? She's horrible. And Bertha goes, why does Hector put up with it? And Gladys goes, he's always followed her orders and doesn't see a reason to change now. And Bertha goes, well, aren't you a reason? And Gladys goes, Mother, you wanted your daughter to be a duchess. Don't pretend now you wanted me to be happily married. Touche.
Get her, girl. Get her. And Bertha's like, of course I want you to be happy. But Bertha's like, I forgot you're not built like me. Okay. You didn't see this as an opportunity, but now you're here, you're fucked, and you have to follow these directions. Otherwise you're going to be miserable. Okay. That's why I'm here. But Bertha fucking reminds her. Okay. She goes, remember, you're the reason this family is afloat. Okay. The money they're getting from being married to you is so they need to act accordingly. All right. Yep. And then she says, if you want to cook an omelet, you have to break a few eggs. She says it so well. She just delivers that line like, so perfectly. We have issues with the way Bertha's gone about some stuff this season, but she really is. She knows what she's talking about. Oh, she does. I know. Bertha's little French maid, she informs Bertha of what Lady Sarah said about wanting to train Gladys like a dog. But it was first here that I was like, I think she's the leak.
Oh,
I picked up on it here. There was something in the way she was delivering the lines that I was like, wait a minute. I feel like, and she is the leak. That's what the other, I don't remember her name, the other character who's like, finally figures it out.
Yeah.
That's gonna probably be this. But yeah, I was like, there was a little sneakiness to her. It was probably
of all the random stuff that I've been like figuring out to see, that was one I literally had no clue who the leak was. No clue. And I feel like even still, we might still like get 2 episodes down the line and it might be somebody else. Like it might be someone like, I don't know. I had no grasp over this at all.
I think also at the very end, when Bertha is going to talk to Hector, like one-on-one before she leaves, she's like, yes, Andre, what did you need? And she's like, oh, I just wanted to tell you that the carriage is there. And she's like, thank you. And I think she was trying to listen in to get the tea on it. So I was like, picked up on that, lady. All right. Oscar is on, like you predicted, Oscar's on his mission to find Maud Beaton and chat with Maud Beaton. But as I kind of saw this coming for Oscar, like once you see that she's where she is, it's like, are you really going to be mad at her? She clearly didn't benefit from the scam at all.
Right.
That Crowther guy did or whatever. So yeah.
Can I just say, I get it. Like this is like the reason I'm in therapy, because like I'm trying to get to this level of being an adult because in my mind I got smoke for everybody involved. I don't care if you got scammed over by him. No, I still want my one with you. I want it with him, with her, with anybody that was involved in this. The reason why I can barely afford a sausage, egg, and cheese in the morning, I gotta ask Ada to give me $1 so I can go get some food. I want everybody involved to suffer and rule the day.
Well, she is suffering.
That's true.
I think that's what he realizes. She's like, at least you're not having to sleep with fat men that you don't like, and all. He's like, okay, yeah, I guess you are kind of already punished.
She's suffering like at an 8. I would have to like crank it up to a 9. Like I had to like spread a rumor about her or something. Like I need people to rule the day.
Last week when I was talking about when I opened the scene, I was like, yeah, so Larry takes Jack to this, it's not Delmonico's. And I go to say it's called, and you go Magic City.
That's what I call it, at least.
I am now only able to call it that. Like, I don't want to call it anything else. But that's become the big scandal, right? Because now, so Marion, they're all trying to get the information from Jack on how much money he made from the clock. And I swear that's why she goes down to congratulate Jack on the clock. She's like, by the way, congratulations. Mr. Russell said you joined him to celebrate at Delmonico's. And then he's like, what? Delmonico's? And then he goes, oh shit. I don't know. And then like leaves, but now she completely spirals. She can't even eat at the dinner. She's just like, and we've all been there. We've all been there where you're like, oh my fucking God. Like until I hear from him, I am not going to be able to focus on anything else.
Oh yes.
And she finally gets Oscar to tell her. And she's like, the way he's like, it is a house of ill repute. A house of ill repute.
My favorite phrase in life. I love saying that. That's my favorite thing to say.
A house of ill repute. Love it. All right. While all this is going on, JP Morgan has gathered all the railroad guys to his like compound, and Clay is now partners with one of them, and Risley Sage. But the reason for this is Morgan needs one of them to leave with the majority ownership, because none of them, they can't get any decisions made. Everybody is like equal and trying to like one up each other, and they're stubborn little fuckers. And so one night of like on night 1, Daddy Russell and JP Morgan try to get one of the Merrick's brothers to give the 51% to him. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. And so he's all, fuck yeah, that's going to happen. So Daddy Russell thinks he's good to go. Put a pin in that.
Yep.
Okay. Put a pin in it. All right. Back to the castle. Oh, this dinner is a turning point. They're discussing some like upcoming political changes in England, and Gladys is asked for her opinion. And she says, I believe everyone should have a say in who forms our government. And Bertha says, including women, I hope. And Lady Sarah goes, "Oh heavens."
Not heavens.
Oh heavens. And Bertha gets her so good. She goes, "Oh, are you against women voting?" Of course. Why? Do you find women stupider than men? They're not equipped for more important decisions? No. I just think women should stick to their proper sphere. And Bertha goes, "Oh, then should the queen have stuck to her proper sphere and refused the crown?"
Oh.
And then Hector goes, "All right, let's go easy on my poor sister." And I'm like, "You be quiet."
Right. No.
Keep
It's
it going.
we're too far gone now. Don't try to have her back now.
Yeah. So the next day, Bertha has a little chat with Gladys, and she says, "Bitch, you outrank Sarah. So boss up on her."
Yep.
Okay. Because Bertha's right. The only person that's going to make this lady leave is Hector.
Yep.
So, and then she says, "Make him love you, make him value you. That is the answer, but only you can do it. I can't." I'm like, "Oh, well, okay. You make it seem so easy."
Right. Look at you, Bertha.
Look at you, Bertha. Okay. Like it was kind of like all of the worst stuff about Bertha was happening in these earlier episodes. And now we're getting like the positive stuff of Bertha.
Yes. Because it's one thing. It was done to Gladys, but like now it's like, okay, it's happened. Now she's showing her, you got to make the best out of this. And she's at, because at first it was that you just sent her like to the lion's den and gave her like nothing to equip herself with. So you and Mr. Russell having this big fallout forced you to go over there. And now we're actually seeing like, okay, I need to turn Gladys way more into me so that she can actually run these people and run little mouthy Sarah, whatever her name is, so she can get the hell out of our business too. Love it. Love it.
Okay, Peggy is back, but Marion is still very much reeling from her house of ill repute news. The repute. So Peggy tells her about Mr. Fortune and Hot Doctor almost fighting at the train station.
Yes.
And Marion fully like turns this into her own thing. She's like, "Well, did you tell Dr. Kirkland about Fortune? Because you must be completely honest. Secrets and lies are not any foundation to build a marriage. Take it from me." I think the actress is purposely being so over the top with it. And I think it's great. Like I find it to be like a comedic performance.
You know what I love? I love that. I'm sure when like someone says, "I have a bit of gossip for you," you know, like in this day and age, it's probably like, "Did you see she had on a green garter with her like it's that kind of stuff. But then when you hear somebody got some gossip and it's two men fighting over her at the train station, it's like, "Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, let me pull out the tea and crumpets. Like, we got to really talk about this. Hold on."
Dude, the face Peggy makes when Marion tells her about the disorderly house is what she calls it. She makes a face like, "Excuse me?"
Right.
Like she's all listening, and then she goes, "What?" Like her full on, like she pulls that chin and like, okay, got it. Okay, we're done with him. Cool. All right, Clay. Now, because Daddy Russell thought he got the railroad where he wants it, and so they're like, "Bye, loser, Risley Sage and Clay, because you didn't win." Well, then they get in their little carriage, and Clay spills the tea about Daddy Russell's finances. He says he's stretched tight as a drum, and he says, "I really do know where all the bodies are buried." I'm like, "Of course he does. Of course he's gonna say this." You know, Daddy had to have known that Clay would be a problem for this reason.
I would assume so.
You know, it just feels like a big oversight. I feel like he's astute enough to know, like, I can't have Clay out there, especially once he got there and saw that Clay once he saw Clay was partnered with that guy, he should have been like, "Uh-oh."
Right. Uh-oh. He should, I mean, I know this ain't that kind of show, but he should have sent somebody after Clay the day he got fired. I'm just saying. I mean, if we trying to sew up the
You know what? I kind of feel like you're right. Like if you're going to fire him like that, you can't leave him out there dangling all mad at you.
Right. I mean, listen, we live in like a petty society now, but like revenge was a thing back then. Like you plotted your revenge for years to enact it for something to make the papers, and so something to at the opera or something like that. So I'm just saying we left a lot of loose ends, Russell. We left a lot of loose ends.
I feel like that might be maybe something a little inaccurate for Daddy Russell's character.
Right.
You know, like sometimes maybe the writing isn't perfect. I'm like that. I feel like he would not have allowed Clay. He knows people. Like that's one of the things I think that's so interesting about him is he knows the psychology of people, it seems, and he's good at that. I feel like he would have known not to cross Clay.
Right.
Like that.
Let me tell you, since we maybe like the past 2 weeks, I feel like since the chat has been telling us about like the Vanderbilts and stuff, I feel like that pops up on my timeline on Instagram all the time now. I don't know if it's just because like I like Gilded Age content or what it is, but like now I see all of these like Vanderbilt comparisons and the
historical comparisons, me too, and I love it.
Stuff. I know it all pops up now, so thank y'all for for telling us, because I thought this was in BC, so there we go.
Yeah, no, that line could have been BC for all I knew.
Who knows?
But yeah, so sure enough, an article drops in the paper. Russell Industries in trouble. Shares are plummeting. The Merricks are pulling out. George always seems very confident he will find more money. He's always like, I'll find it. I'll find the money. And I'm like, well, and so put a pin in that. Speaking of, Larry arrives in the West. It's funny to see how bleak it looks compared to New York out there, because they were still like settling the area.
Right.
I just think it's such a bizarre concept that we had states and state lines. I'm like, how did you guys figure that out?
Right. Like, why is this Wyoming? I don't understand.
And who decided it? Like, who
right.
was like, no one's even really seemingly out there in California, clearly. And yet there's people out there like, how are they like, oh, now I'm in California. No one was, you don't have a Google Maps. So how are you like, oh, here I am right here. Here I'm in. I'm
like,
in there.
No, the Wyomes live up there. So we just this is their area. We let them the Montans are over there. So they get to claim that area. It's like,
and I'm also like, and then fuck you guys for, kicking out all the Native Americans and moving Mexico down to the, like, it's like, it makes me really mad when I think about it. I'm like, oh, you just could just storm out there and just get in the gold mines. And meanwhile, you just displace all these Native Americans and all, it just makes me crazy thinking about it. I'm like, how arbitrary and stupid all this is. Like, we just decided, oh, now this is America.
Yep.
And now this is America. And they didn't even have, it's not like they could even all be there. Like, to get out to America or get out to California from New York took days.
Right.
Sorry. Back to this. But one of the mines has literally struck gold, because they were, who is this Mr. Dawson guy again? The guy that Larry's meeting. Is he is he like on Russell's side? Does he work for Russell?
Oh, so I thought, I don't know. The only thing I remember is that when he sent Larry off, he was trying to get Larry, tell Larry to convince people to
give
him stuff. So I'm guessing not on his, or maybe he's on his side now. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't
but
remember.
Larry had a mission. Yeah,
but I do need to go back maybe and rewatch, because I'm like, I want to know if this was, because the guy was like, he's telling him like they were all mining in the wrong area. So I sent my team to this other place, and they literally struck gold. And he's like, Larry, make it happen. And he says, pay them a lot of money so you don't have problems down the line. And remember, Daddy Russell had already said, I'm not putting another dollar into it. Like, Daddy Russell had already said that.
I was looking to see, because you were like, I need to go and rewatch. I think tonight is episode 7, right? So I think next Sunday is the finale. So I think I'm going to spend all next weekend just cranking through the season,
rewatching it. I love it. I love it. The scene where Marion comes downstairs for dinner but bursts into tears. I'm cracking up. Oscar, I don't know why, because Oscar is like, this is just the choice the actor's making. He's sprawled out on the couch, and Marion, when she starts crying, he like lifts his head kind of. He's like, oh, are you all right?
Right.
Like, it's a choice. Like, everyone's like, Marion, whatever, and he's just like, he doesn't even lift his head up. He's just playing really.
He's like, I got real stuff going on right now. I can't. I've got to go back to Magic City tonight and figure out where my money is. So I can't. I don't have time for this, Marion. Okay.
Magic City. It's called Magic City. So good. Ada's. I'm right there with Ada. But anyway, hold on. First, Marion goes, it seems I can no longer marry Mr. Russell, and Agnes goes, thank goodness.
She is so fun. I love Agnes.
She is so shameless about, like, Ada's like, maybe you should talk to Larry. Nope. Don't think she should do that. I think the relationship is clearly over, clearly done with him. We don't need him ever again. Now you're going to listen to us, right, Marion? Now you're going to listen to us. That's what I thought. Okay.
Stop teaching, stop dating, just stop doing all that. We'll figure things out for you.
We'll do it all for you. Thank you very much. Like she writes a whole breakup letter and gives it to church, like all dramatically.
So dramatic. God.
And like the part of me, because I'm so used to immediate communication because of our lives. And so it's stressing me out so much. I'm like, Larry's not going to know for a while what's happening. And oh my God.
Right.
Like, I'm like, can we text him? We need to let him know immediately. Someone text Larry right now and tell him.
Go send the Raven.
All of us were watching the Magic City scene the same way. Like, Larry, what are you going to touch? What are you going to do? And when he didn't touch anybody, we were like, okay.
I'm like, okay, he's good. And so it's easy for us to believe. But like her being at home, she's like, oh no, people go there for one purpose and one purpose only. So I know what was going on. I know what was going on.
And she's like, this will be a stain for us. I'm like, yeah, fair. Okay, but Gladys starts bossing up. Now Gladys is ready to fucking go. So she asks Hector, and Bertha is like in the room but facing away. She's like Bertha's like writing a letter. So it's perfect because she's kind of coaching her, but she's not doing it for her. Like it's very good parenting. And so Gladys asks Hector if she could maybe be shown around the estate, meet the farm workers and their wives. I'm like, bitch.
There you go.
Diplomatic. Okay, democratic. Love it. But Lady Sarah comes in and she looks at Bertha and she goes, did you put her up to this? And Hector's like, no, I mean, she lives here now. She should want to take an interest in the freaking property, lady. Yeah. Bertha's so proud. Bertha's like, got her. Well done. Well done.
There we go.
Messy ass Armstrong can't wait to tell Agnes the dollar amount that Jack got. And it's like, she's like, it's hard on the rest of us. They're afraid he's taking advantage. They feel belittled by his staying on when he doesn't need the work. He's just play acting when it's their real life. And we're like, oh, Armstrong, that's about you. Obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
But when Agnes finds out the number, she's like, get Ada in here immediately. Eating her breakfast. And she's so dramatic. I have just heard news from which I will never recover.
Which makes me, okay, so do we have like a way of knowing? So like Ada, for instance, how much did she get in her, like, I don't know, widow
divorce or the will?
Widow settlement. Right. What is it called? The will.
The widow settlement?
I'm like, what's it called?
Let's call it that from now on.
Yes. The widow. How much did she get from the widow settlement as opposed to like his clock? Because we know he got 300,000. So we know that's like baseline. That's a ton of money at this point. But like, she's running this house, so I wonder how much she got at that point there.
And like they're all and what's her and Agnes is like a footman that could buy us out, buy you out of the house or something.
Right.
Like, wait a minute.
Right. So how much money y'all got?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Thank God, though. Thank God, Ada figures out that this fortune teller is a quack, and we can end this storyline. But I love her line. I'm ashamed of my sentimental folly, but you should be ashamed of your existence.
Woof. You better get her.
That's you should be ashamed for your existence. Cuts deep.
Yes. Oof.
That's real deep. All right. Peggy and Dr. Kirkland. So they meet up. She's like, okay, we got to talk because, obviously a lot happened before I left for my trip.
Like Dusties, yeah.
And so she tells him about Fortune, but before she can tell him about the rest of it, like how she had a whole baby that was taken from her and all that, he makes this whole declaration of affection. And she's like, I'll tell him later.
Right.
I'll do this later. But she talked about how she was going to go to that like suffrage meeting. And he's like, invite my mother. She'd love a tea. And I'm like, nope. All right. So it goes as bad as we predicted. Yeah. Because it was a horrible idea, a recipe for disaster. This lady doesn't feel weird about shaming them at all, even though she's completely outnumbered. She's like, back in my day, a lady's tea would consist of sharing recipes, talking about our children. I'm like, here's the problem. You're doing such a good job of being unlikable that I really don't like you right now.
Right. Like Claire Huxtable, what's going on?
Exactly. And then Dr. Kirkland didn't even tell his mom what the meeting was about. And it kind of sounds like he agrees with her a little bit.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I was wanting to say, I'm like, why would he set her up like is he trying to push his mother out of her comfort zone, or is this like setting up like I didn't know what that was, but that felt like if he really liked Peggy the way he says he does, that felt like a weird choice to put all of them in that situation.
And like when he says, I mean, she has a point about something. I was like, whoa.
Right.
What are we doing here? So I don't love that at all.
No.
Hold on. What do I have? Oh, this is the best part. So they have another dinner with the Duke and whatever. And the guy that's been kind of helping Gladys, the one that like escorted her into the dinner after Lady Sarah took Hector in, like that guy that's always next to Gladys. I like him. He's a good little addition.
Yeah.
Because they're having whatever they're having their meal, and then Sarah's like, with ladies, I'm looking at you, and tries to get everyone to get up and leave. And Bertha gives her this look like, Gladys, you got this.
Like, motherfucker, you better say, come on now.
And so Gladys goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you must be ill. Well, you see, you got up before me. So I thought, so glad if I was wrong. And then when she sits down, Hector's like, what were you doing? Like, lady. Well, I always get up. Well, not when there's a duchess. Okay?
Exactly.
Who you need here, because otherwise we wouldn't have the castle. We wouldn't have the whole thing. So
the stuff, the things and the stuff.
You told me I needed to go get married, and now you're pissed at her. Fuck you.
Exactly.
But then whoever this guy is that's next to Gladys, I love him because he looks.
Oh, he clocks it.
He goes, well done. Because he hates Lady Sarah. He's like, this fucking bitch. I can't. I love Hector. He's the best time, but his sister has been ruining dinners for years. Okay, yes. I need her gone. All right, Hector is a party and a half, but this fucking lady.
Hector is the guy that like he has there's a guy's trip fully planned. He shows up to the airport with his girlfriend. He's like, no, it's okay. Like, she's totally cool. It's gonna be all right. And everyone else is like, are you fucking like, I left the kids and the wife. Like, are you kidding me right now? And then Sarah shows up and she's like, oh, are you drinking that much today? Or oh, y'all are doing that. So it's like, okay, Sarah, get the hell out of here. And
it's even grosser. It's his sister.
Right. Well.
And I'm like, lady, you're not married or anything. What are you bringing to the table here in this era?
Except judgment, just judgment and bad vibes.
That's all you have for us, and it's ridiculous. I do love the way Oscar deals with the Maud Beaton situation. He gives her $100 and a ticket to see her sister, so she can get out of here. So right when things are looking up for Oscar, they go and kill John Adams right in front of him.
Oh.
Why?
You know what's crazy? Last week we literally had this conversation.
Yes,
we were talking about people driving in the car, and I was like, every time I see somebody in the car, I'm like, oh, they're about to get hit, they're about to get T-boned. Immediately, I always look. I don't know what it was. I just don't know why, but as soon as he walked off from Oscar, I did like this. I was like, oh no.
I know,
but
it looked like they were setting it up for that. Like it's
right.
Like it was an angle and a camera angle we've never seen them do. So it was like, what are we doing? It was so sad.
What ran him over?
A carriage?
Was it okay? I'm about to say, good God, I've never seen a horse go that fast. They were like, that horse was zooming.
And he went up, and I know. I thought, to be honest, I kind of thought it was a poorly done stunt.
The CGI was terrible.
Yeah, like it just was such a stark contrast to the rest of the show that I was like,
It's when you like, it's different from like a Marvel movie where like there's a ton of CGI throughout. So like it's not harrowing when you see like something that's off, totally like a little off or something like that. But like this show where it's like practical costumes, practical set designs, you're like really all that kind of stuff, and then you get like this one huge CGI moment. You're like, wait, what is this?
And it's happening? Like it didn't need to be seen. Like if you really wanted to kill the character, it could have just been like, we find out he died.
Right. You could have just showed like some horses going towards him,
Yes.
cut away to show
Yes.
Oscar's reaction, some screams in the background. It would have driven home. We would have known what was happening.
But I feel like that was like they wanted to do that. They must love the actor or something that they're like they wanted to give him like a stunt. It just felt like it felt like they all were they enjoyed like the nerdiness of it, even though it like didn't really make sense.
Right.
But the thing that happened that I skipped over, Ada ends up telling John that it is time for him to make his way in the world, or Jack, sorry, not John, Jack. And I think I will always cry when scenes like this because I can tell it's the actors that are crying because they like it's like the word. He's not leaving the show though, is he?
I hope not.
Because they were really making it seem like he was leaving forever, like online. Like there were a lot of things that were like bring him back. We have to know more. I'm like, why would you not?
Right.
He's our inventor guy. He works with Larry. They will. There's no way
Jack
he's been cut from the show.
Not leaving the show. While his character, Jack Trotter, did leave his position as a footman.
Yes.
The actor confirmed that Jack is not leaving the show itself. Okay, perfect. No, he's not leaving.
He's connected to Larry. That's good. Because like
I thought we get to see like him as like the big inventor guy. He gets to like have his own come up and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, the comments were starting to freak me out. I'm like, what do you mean bring him back? He's not going anywhere. But the best thing is that John leaves everyone an envelope with money in it, including the sisters and Marion and Oscar.
Oh,
baby boy, I know it. But I think the very last scene, or maybe not the last scene, was the horse and carriage stunt. But George, the way we're leaving George saying, I can't find the money. And so the guy's like, maybe you just sell your shares of your railroad then. And he's like, nope. If I can't save my company, then I'll let it burn.
Oof. We in for a hell of a last 2 episodes.
I know.
Goodness.
We know it. Is it 2 for sure?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's 8 total. Well, no, maybe what was season 1? I thought it was an increase each season. Let's see.
You might be right. It might have been 6 in season 1, and then they're odd numbers actually.
Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing 8 everywhere online, but that means nothing. So we're gonna assume 8. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with 8. 8 feels like a good round number.
Right. So that means that the finale is next Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be so sad. It's already over.
I know. 2 months. Man.
That sucks. I mean, fair, I guess. We're just so used to doing Housewives. It goes on for months.
Literally half the year. We're like, Jesus.
No, literally, when you cover a Housewives season, it's months.
Right.
There are like 20 episodes. So you're in it for a while.
Like 16, 18 regular ones, 3-part reunion. They might take a week off. Like, oh yeah.
And this week the last 2 weeks have kicked my ass because I've been doing the Valley, Orange County, Gilded Age, Atlanta, and Miami. It's my max. That's totally my max. And then a little McBee Dynasty, and only if there's crime involved.
Right. Yes, I see your videos. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll start watching this.
Yeah, but I will say I don't necessarily think it's a great show because they're
most people say that. Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. That wraps us up for the day. All right, we love you guys so much. Thank you for keeping the chat active. Sorry, I wasn't really able to focus much on it because I wanted to get us through those big recaps. But
no, they've been saying that. They've been like, this is a great comment section today. It's been on fire today. They've been having a great time.
Oh, I love that. I love that you guys are like friends.
Yes.
Okay, well, love you, Kendrick. Thank you for everything.
Wait. Before you sign off, because Kate just reminded, she said, hit the like button over, 200 in the chat.
Thank you, Kate.
Yes, I know.
Thank you for doing that because I forgot to do that again. I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to start doing that, and I've done it one. Damn it. Thank you, Kate. You're the best. All right, guys. Love ya. Mean it. See you next time. Bye.